Patrick Reed's a cheat. There, I've said it. But how many more proven allegations have there got to be before the governing bodies take a stand and do something serious about it? So recently you might have seen that Brooks Koepka called him out during a press conference, and there was no love lost for Patrick Reed. Also, Peter Costas, who was an announcer, has also claimed that he saw Patrick Reed improve his lie. There's also video footage to back this up. Not to mention the history that goes back with Patrick Reed's college days and the scoring allegations that were levelled at him. So here's my thing, there's no consistency. A number of years ago, Simon Dyson on the European Tour was suspended for a lengthy ban for tapping down spike marks on his putting line. Obviously, of course, that's not a penalty anymore, but back in those days it was. Now, it wasn't an isolated incident for Simon Dyson. As a result, I think he served 3 months where he couldn't play in any tournaments. Now, Patrick Reed, who's been shown to improve his lie on numerous occasions, the latest of which in Bahamas at Tigers event, but that's not the only incident of that happening. And there's also been video footage of him marking his ball and placing it back closer. So there's numerous incidents, has never served a ban. All he's ever had is penalty shots added to his score after his round. Then there's the drug takers. There's the drug takers who have taken performance-enhancing drugs either knowingly or unknowingly and been suspended. And the PGA Tour have protected them by sometimes not claiming that it was a suspension because of drug taking, but saying it was an injury or whatever. But basically, whoever it was made to sit out a number of events because of the infraction. There's also the recreational drugs takers that have been suspended because of traces of cannabis or cocaine or whatever in the bloodstream. So they've served a lengthy ban for that. Now, I personally have played hungover, and I know that it's no advantage being on any kind of recreational drug to try and play golf. And there's no evidence to suggest that drug taking actually leads to better scores, whereas improving your lie, you'd certainly make the argument that it would do. Many years ago when I was playing regional events with the PGA, there was a professional who was caught cheating, manufacturing his score, shall we say, and he was suspended for a year. But the players also took that a little bit further by refusing to play with him in the events after he'd served his suspension. And for me, that's where we have to go with this. We have to get the players taking more responsibility. They're the ones that are out there with him. Yes, there's generally cameras on every group, watching very carefully, and I would think even watching even more carefully for Patrick Reed to see whether there's any infractions being made. But the players have to take a stand and say, do you know what, I'm not going to sign your card. If you're going to be doing these things, then I'm afraid that I'm not going to sign your card and verify the score that you've done, because I can't do that. Also interesting that Peter Costas only feels like he can speak up now that he's finished his contract with, I think it's CBS, because the PGA Tour is a product that the networks pay a lot of money for, and they don't want damaged goods. So alleging cheating isn't good for business. When Patrick Reed cheats, he's ultimately taking money out of the hands of the people that he's competing against. But the far bigger picture for me is the impression that that gives to all the golfing public across the world, who, for children, are seeing this way of behaving and believe that it's the okay thing to do. In Patrick Reed's defence, he's an incredible player, and he seems to perform even better when he's got the spotlight on him and he feels like the world's against him, having just won the WGC in Mexico the week that the storm from Brooks Koepka brewed, which takes immense mental strength to be able to do that, and you can't deny that the fella is an incredible player. But I'll finish just by saying, and quoting Rachel Green from Friends, once a cheater, always a cheater. So yes, he's been found to cheat on a number of occasions, but is that the only number of times that he's done it? How many times has he got away with it? How much more money has he won because of his cheating? How many more titles has he won because of his cheating? So for me, we need to draw a line in the sand now and say, no, Patrick, no more. But I'd be interested to hear what you guys have got to say. How would you deal with it? Have you played with anybody who's a cheat? Do you play with them still? What would you do? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.